Hello and welcome. I'm Carol DeChaine, your intuitive spiritual guide for practical matters. This month, we're looking at 5 steps to finding love. And I'm talking about love with a partner, not just with a friend or with other people and other types of love. Today, I want you to take a look at your outlook about love. Before you even start looking for love, search your heart. Where are you at? Sometimes we go out there because it's time. We're ready, we think. And so we go out trying to find love, but we haven't done any homework. We just are ready, we think. And sometimes we get lucky and there's that person. And sometimes they show up when we say we aren't looking, which is that old saying, you find love when you're not looking. Well, I've only found love when I've been looking, so that didn't work for me so far. The first thing to do when you do want to do homework ahead of time, especially if you haven't been so lucky or it's been a long dry spell, first look at your outlook. Where are you? Where's your mindset at? Do you feel desperate? Are you cynical about it? Are you eager? Are you can't wait to do it? Really take a look. Delve deep into those emotions. Because if you're desperate, you are not going to find the right person for you. You're going to come across that way, whether it's in your profile online, your pictures, or whatever. You're going to give that aura out. And you're going to have people maybe at that point that will take advantage of you because they will feel that lower energy vibration. They'll go, aha, great, I'll glom onto that person because they'll maybe accept and they won't put up boundaries because they're so desperate they'll want me. So you'll accept people that are perhaps not who you want if you're too desperate about it. And why would you be desperate? Look at what makes you that way. And this isn't just about desperate, it's about being cynical, about being angry about love and maybe not finding the right person. What's the matter with God? Why don't I have the right person in my life? What's happening? What's the matter with men or with women? Why can't the right person just show up? There's got to be more than one in the entire world for me. So wherever you're at, the frustration, the annoyance, the whatever you're at in that, look at, first label it so that you can look at it deeper. Figure it out. There might be a mix of things. There might be a mix of emotions around your outlook looking for someone. Generally, someone is maybe not in the desperate category, maybe so desperate, but maybe you're 10% desperate or 20%. Ah, come on, it's time. I'm getting older. Hurry up. Or perhaps you're just impatient. Or perhaps you're angry at the past or how you've broken it before and you want somebody better. So look at those emotions and try and put labels on them. I don't usually say to label things, but if you can label them in this instance, you'll be able to figure out what it is that brings those things up. What is it about your past or your belief structure that makes those things happen? I'd say I get sometimes 20% desperate. I'm never usually angry, but I'm annoyed if I draw the wrong people to me. I'm eager to be drawing the right person. I'm joyful that the possibility is there. I'm anxious. The different, you put percentages on them if you can, and you go, well, why do I feel this way? What is it about me that's making me feel maybe desperate? I'm going back to that because a lot of people do that. I find when I'm online dating and I draw the wrong people to me and consistently the wrong people, I go, okay, is it something about the way I wrote my profile? Is it something about the pictures? Is it something about the energy that I put out when I've actually done it online? What is it? Because sometimes I draw great people, they're just not the right match. And other times I draw people that are the the people that ghost you, the people that say they're just not real people, or they're real people, but they're not, they just want money or whatever it is. They're the people that are trying to scam you. And I look at that going, huh, what am I putting out there? What's my outlook? What is it? And on me, I look at my vibrational level because that's something that I believe in. Am I, my energetic level, is it higher? It meaning is my vibration and my joy and my hope and my gratitude, is all that high enough to draw the right person to me? Maybe the timing is off because I'm too busy and I'm trying to respond, but I left it online anyway. And I'm getting these people that are like, who cares? They're sucking in my time and I don't have interest in that. Or maybe because sometimes people end up on texting you forever and you never get beyond that. So look at your outlook to see what you're drawing to you if you've already taken the steps to try. If it's always the same kind of person, if it's always a scam artist, if it's always someone asking you for money, if you're fearful of putting yourself out there, just look at that outlook. Because so many times you don't know what you're doing. You just say, okay, I'm just going to do it. But you don't look ahead of time. And if you look at your outlook and the feelings you're feeling, you're going to realize that who you're drawing to you is a confirmation of what you're feeling. If you're feeling anxious and worried and fearful and you're afraid somebody's going to take advantage of you, the first people you're going to get are probably going to be those that either aren't in it for the right reason and you can tell right away and you're going, throw out my hands, forget it, it's not going to work. And it's because you're already in that outlook. That law of attraction saying, this is what you want because this is what you're talking about. This is what you're going to get. But sometimes we don't know our outlook. It's buried and pushed down because we don't want to look at it. We don't want to realize we haven't healed yet from other things, so we're still carrying that anger. We don't want to realize that we're totally desperate because we're so afraid of being alone. We don't want to be alone. We're so lonely. Or we're fearful of being alone because maybe you went from married to school with a roommate to, or not married, with a parent to being at school with a roommate to married, and all of a sudden you're alone and you're going, oh, I need somebody else. Whether you dump them or they dump you and you had a divorce, what do you do? Where do you go from there? Look at how you're feeling. Give yourself that gift of trying to figure it out. Because once you see the different emotions that are going into it, then you can see if it's the right emotions for you to attract who you want. Because if you're in those lower vibrational energy and you don't want someone who's a fixer-upper, although we all are kind of falling in that category, but like the fixer-upper compared to brand new, kind of needs a little bit of work, want to make it your own, versus totally falling apart, hoarder's paradise. You don't necessarily want that unless you really like a fixer-upper, because I got to tell you, if you buy a hoarder's paradise, meaning date somebody like that, they're still going to be a hoarder when you're done with them. They're still going to do all those things that you didn't want them to do, unless you can kind of talk them into shifting some of their particular habits that you don't like. And it's hard to try and fix someone else. It takes a lot of your energy and time and attention. And the bad news is they probably still won't change, or they'll change very minimally. And if they change at depth and it wasn't their idea, you might find that they don't treat you well because they get angry that you've forced them to shift, or you wouldn't stay with them. Setting boundaries is one thing, but fixing someone when it's not your job to do it, make sure you're looking at the kind of energy you have and that outlook you have so you draw to yourself what you truly want. We're going to get into what kind of relationship and what you're looking for in another video, but I want to make sure that first things first. What's your outlook? Why do you have that outlook? What is it about those emotions that come up so that when you put it out there, you truly are ready. You truly are doing it with the best intention, with the best feelings that you can find, and not that fear or that cynicalness that, oh, this isn't going to work anyway, or the desperation. Allow it to be open. Allow your heart to be open, and allow yourself to be ready, the best you can be, so that you put out the best energy and the best possibility for a connection that you can. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm Carol DeChaine. If you like what you hear, please, by all means, subscribe to my YouTube video and connect by clicking on that bell notification. You can also hear more on my podcast, Connect to Joy. That's Connect, the number 2, Joy, which will be below this video, as well as my website, which is also called connecttojoy.com. There you'll find information on life coaching and on Marconic's multidimensional energy and energy space clearing for your home or your business. If you'd like intuitive readings or past life readings, by all means, go ahead and connect to me through my email and ask me more about it. Until next week, just know that you are worthy of finding love. You are already enough. You don't need to do more. However, there are things that we have kind of stuffed down and we want to shift in order to draw the best person to ourselves. And that work is work for you. Work that this human existence has put in front of us in order to make a better, joyful life than maybe what we already are living. Thank you for joining me again. Until next week.